there was a genre that was going on then with Brat Pack. You know about Brat Pack, right?
Yeah, I know the Brat Pack, man.
You watched all of the movies?
Yeah, fucking right. Why not?
Name 2.
Pretty in Pink.
That's
the one where they were in school and the fucking
Breakfast Club.
And
No, it's called the one. No, it's called the one where they were in school.
And somebody said they didn't eat an ounce of breakfast in that motherfucker.
Last time I flew to what's the place?
Brazil.
No, the
New York.
Minneapolis?
Minnesota. I didn't go to. Yeah, it was
I don't
Minneapolis. Yeah. My credit card got hit when I was going through the airport. They must have did some type of way that RDF, whatever it is.
Oh, they scanned
Yeah,
it.
they hit. So they hit my it was in my wallet.
Wow.
So somebody must have walked by and like scanned me
Scanned
or
you.
got me. And I heard somebody else got hit like that too. But I don't know if it was going through that airport or not. But the guy told me that because we were talking about fraud and whatnot, and it's people that's in the airport that hit people and do it. They did it to me the last time I went up there. So it's a big deal up in that area. I'd say that they're using other people's shit to do whatever. Yeah,
to rent cars and shit.
but like as soon as I turn my phone on, I'm looking at my phone and I'm gonna get some fucking flack for this. It was like 3 orders for Popeye's chicken.
So you was like, what white lady
I
just
said,
stole my
"You
credit?
motherfucker!"
I need a set of headphones so I can hear what the fuck the captains are saying, because every little thing I feel on the airplane, I'm like, fuck, this is it. This is it. We're
That's
done.
Part of the reason I couldn't fly.
I hate it.
Don't
I
let
hate
me
it
hit
so much.
turbulence. I'm gonna freak out like that lady did and start screaming about how people ain't real and
No,
get me the fuck off.
what
this
I don't
plane.
like
Ain't
is
real.
like the turbulence didn't bother me, but it's like during takeoff when you get 3,000 feet above the ground and then the airplane starts banking to turn and you'll feel like you get weightless and it feels like you're slowing down to nothing. I'm like, fuck, this is it.
There you
We're
go.
over.
Custom
We're
way.
Best
going
part.
to the fucking ground. Here we
stepping
go.
foot
That's
on
all the best part. Oh man, if I could fly, I'd fly every day. I'd say if I could fly. If I could fly every day, I'd fly every day
Fuck
of
that.
my life. It is awesome.
Buy a fucking plane. You got it.
I did it in my mind like 1,000 times. Like,
And then
yeah.
like we're speeding down the runway and I'm like, this is taking a really long time to get in the air. I'm like, get this bitch in the air. Let's go. We're
a
supposed to
big
be
flight.
off the ground by now.
How many? Well, what number flight that was that you taken in your lifetime by then? You've flown a few times before that, huh?
Nah, I flew to Minnesota one other time and that
Oh.
was it.
Shit, man, you stuff.
Yeah, we're going down the fucking runway and I'm like, why is the plane not in the air? Why is the plane not in the air? Fuck.
It'll get there eventually.
And we get up in the air and then I'll feel this plane start slowing down. Feels like they hit the brakes. I'm like, fuck, this is it.
It does feel like that.
This is
It
it.
does.
We're going
You
into a
get up,
building.
it's like,
when they slow down?
Yeah, did it go?
Yeah.
Did it zzz, and it's
you're
like,
like,
it feels,
oh, shit.
You
Kind of when they
actually-
level off.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
actually like lurch forward a little bit.
And
Oh,
you're so
hell no.
high in the air,
Yeah.
you have no visual cues. So,
Nah.
like, you just feel the plane slowing down. So, I mean, it's really probably still going 350 miles an hour.
Let me
but
ask you this though: Why?
Because you know what I'd be like? Y'all remember the A-Team? And they always had to knock out Mr. T before he would get on the plane.
Yeah.
That would be me. You got to dope me up.
I tried to drive.
I
Hey, get on the plane, fool.
I told my boss, I was like, look, don't spend the money on the tickets for the flight. Rent a car. I
Yo,
will drive there.
you wouldn't have
and
made
I'll
it.
drive at who?
You wouldn't have made
I
it.
drive everywhere.
You were asking
Too much
why.
snow.
I just feel like because when something does happen, you have no hope.
Yeah.
At least if in a car accident, you have some hope. And when they say that motherfucking plane's going down,
So
it's done. You're done.
good question. Greyhound bus?
Yes.
You do it?
I've been on one.
I've done
All
it.
right.
It's been a while.
Amtrak train?
I've done it.
No.
You
From
were going
Chicago.
to Amtrak?
I watch too much news. I'm not getting on a train either.
Were you riding a fucking Chevy Suburban, you motherfucker?
It depends.
But
What year?
What he's saying is, and I think what
got
we're all
airbags.
saying is that if you're driving, guess what? I'm in control
Yeah.
of my own destiny.
Exactly.
You
You
seen
know?
them train wrecks? My
Yeah.
God. Yeah, bro.
That's what I like to,
Man.
like, I might die on the interstate, but at least I can try, you know?
Dude, you got to live a little.
Oh,
You got
I
to
do.
live a little.
Can we get to some real news?
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
sure
real
y'all
news.
saw
Flying?
the shooting
What?
at the fucking Super Bowl parade.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, in Kansas City?
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't see the what was it? Juveniles. I think they arrested for like 2
Something like
juveniles
that,
or
yeah.
something.
I thought you meant the rapper.
No, he wasn't there. He was in New Orleans.
Yeah, he was by the security detail I was doing the whole day.
But I want to say what was it? 22 people shot.
Yeah.
And
Something like
one
that.
dead.
22
Yeah.
injured.
And I was thinking because the first thing they start doing is screaming gun control. and I didn't know if anybody had any kind of rational law that could be passed that would actually prevent that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the first thing they start hollering.
Yeah, there is laws.
Well, there is. That's what I'm
They're
saying.
breaking
So
the
is there
law.
anything else you could think of that they could do different that
No.
would stop that shit?
Fucking man, come on.
Because that's all I start watching is all these blue check marks on Twitter going off about, gun control now. We need gun control now,
Right.
and this stuff would stop.
There's no
and-
stopping it.
No, because I
know?
think we're
No,
just
it's
too
not.
far in with guns to
Yeah.
take them back. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's
Like,
not
to
even
take
about
it back
taking
and-
them. They just think passing a
Well,
new law
I
is going
guess-
to prevent some knucklehead that ain't even supposed to have the gun.
Well, my point
So
with
he's
that,
already
I guess,
breaking the
is
law?
that the only way to make laws work to prevent mass shootings and guns and shit is you would literally have to take every gun out of the fucking
You
country,
gotta-
and we're just
you
too
got-
far
right,
for
right,
that.
and that's not what's being
We're
proposed.
too
ever.
far for that, and there's
It's,
nothing
you know,
short of that is going to do anything.
Oh, stricter background checks. And I'm like, well, do you think these clowns are doing background checks? These juveniles that are walking around with a pistol in them.
We got to get the male back into the fucking household.
Oh,
That's what
I
we
agree.
got to get the
And-
fucking
Yeah.
man back into the household and
And-
stop all of this other bullshit and all of this woke movement and all of this stupid shit that's not
Yeah.
going any fucking way.
Well, that is a big problem that a lot of people say is just the lack of fathers in the homes of these people that are committing crimes like that. Now,
Right.
some of these mass shootings, it's brought on by kids that they have a decent upbringing.
Upbringing,
They have-
right.
But this one in particular, it was a gang
Usually-
related thing.
Right. A lone. How can I put it?
A lone shooter.
A lone perpetrator
Yeah.
is going to consist of somebody who just has a different outlook on life entirely.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He may have both parents. Most of the time, I think they do.
Yeah. They're usually
Whereas
spoiled
when you
fucking-
have a lot of gang members, because they don't have a family,
There's no
they don't
yeah,
feel the
yeah.
family setting. So
Yeah, they join
you know,
the gangs
you hear
for
all
that
about
reason.
it. Tupac, they showed a young brother love. You know, he's rapping about being out in the fucking streets. You know what I mean? And somebody going, hey, look, you're only 14, but you're in charge of this fucking pistol. And he's like, oh my God, really? Like, yeah. And then that goes straight to a kid's head.
Yeah, and
right?
that's what I mean. It's hard to judge a young person for that. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants that acceptance, and when they don't feel it, and then all of a sudden somebody's giving them that attention, and they
Right.
feel like they've got
Sure.
that family atmosphere, and even though it's the wrong people, but it's the ones that showed them that attention. And,
Well, but so you don't want to let them down.
Right.
But if you have your dad,
Yeah.
you don't want to let your dad down.
Absolutely.
And if your dad's there, from the beginning and gives you all this stuff, and he can't give you everything, and of course, it's gonna get hit
Yeah.
all the time.
Well-
but at the same time, hey, look, son, I can make it, and I can make it better. And then somebody actually talk down to these little fucking assholes out there doing all of this wrong shit,
Yeah.
and show him better first, and then say, hey, look, and if you do get out there with these kids, you're gonna fucking let me down.
Well, and basically what I was getting at, I was just wondering if I was missing something when I hear these people start screaming about, more gun control and more gun laws, and it would stop all this.
Like
because-
Justin said, the only way you're gonna control them is you got to take them all away.
Every
yeah,
one
and how
of
would
them.
you do that? Because
There's no
Well,
way.
you know who you're gonna take the guns from?
well, the people that have them
The good
legally
people.
registered,
Yeah, and you know who's
exactly.
gonna yeah. So it's never gonna go in the other direction. I don't know who the fuck thinks
So
that it is.
then, what is
Right.
the backwards thinking that? And I'm not talking about politicians because I
What?
know why politicians say it, but I see regular citizens that are on that side.
They're
They
getting
lean
influenced.
left. But how can you be so? Like, how can somebody influence you to think that taking guns away or making another law that only law-abiding citizens are going to follow is going to change anything?
They have
Like,
a
how
ar-
can you really believe that?
I don't
Right.
get it.
This is how they
know?
do it. They have an argument, right? Where they sit down and they argue their side of the story every fucking day. And no matter what you believe,
Right.
if you're part of that clan, if you're part of that cult, or if you're part of that neighborhood, if you're part of that family, whatever
I
it
get
is,
it. Yeah.
everything that they profess and preach every
You
day,
have
you're going to
to-
get a bit of it.
Yeah.
And then at some point, you're going to get some opposition. Somebody is going to blindly oppose you.
Right.
And then you're going to say, all right, do I go with this stranger who's blindly opposing me and clear to know what the fuck they're talking about because, you've been programmed? Or, do I buck back at them?
Which is why I was asking, because I'm not part of that side. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm missing something because all I see is, the people that I hang around and the things that I believe in. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, well, maybe I'm missing something because they come out in droves as soon as something like this happens, talking about if we just had more gun laws and, this, that, and the other, that, these mass shootings and all this shit would stop. And
They're not
I
coming
don't
up-
understand how,
But they're not doing it on their own, too. That's
Yeah.
that's our good old media
yeah.
fucking us over.
Which is why I say I just can't believe that they really believe that would change anything. Or maybe they do. Maybe they're
I think
so
it's
fucking-
brainwashing has
yeah.
a lot to do.
Maybe they're so
You know?
warped,
The puppet
Yeah.
master.
Yeah.
Puppet master.
Yeah, the puppets.
Well, I wish we had somebody who felt like that on here to ask. You know, because
What?
I really want to know how they think. Like, give me a logical reason on how that's going to prevent anything.
Or we got people
More
like
laws,
that.
more restrictions. You know.
We got people like that, but they probably can't sit in here, amongst normal people.
Well, I would
for
invite them. I would love
Absolutely.
You'd
to
have
sit
to-
down.
It would be just you and like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because if
Bring
you
it
had
on.
if you had
I
anybody
wish.
if you had anybody like Brother Brad sitting right there, I mean, I can. I can hide your girl say I can get along with the devil. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
But-
I would have a cordial. I just would let them explain, and then I would either tell them, okay, or you're fucking stupid. So yeah, I guess
No.
that wouldn't go nowhere. But
Here's the problem. The problem is they're not wrong.
in their
Everything
mind.
that they talk, no, they're not wrong. Everything that they're saying from their side of the story is factual. They've read it somewhere. Somebody wrote it down. They have things to lean back on. They're factual on everything they say. And then you have the other side who's factual on all the stuff that they say.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing of it is, they both can't be right.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You get it, right?
I get it.
Yeah, so it's like where hot water meets cold water or something like that. You have I don't know, no, it's in the weather, where the warm weather system and the cold weather system just together, you have a
creates a
fucking
storm, yeah.
That creates a storm.
So
Right.
that's what's going on. So do they have a good point in all of that? Yes, they absolutely do. A lot of stuff that they talk about on the left,
Yeah.
the liberals, right?
Well, it depends on what subject you're talking about. I don't see a point in this gun stuff at
Me
all.
neither.
The only
There's
point
none.
I agree with is that it needs to stop. I understand that
Yes.
because
In
all
their
of
mind.
that. But
Well-
the ways to go about it is just like you got to come up with something else because it's not realistic.
I think
you know
the
what I mean?
intentions are there. I
Right,
think the intentions are
exactly.
good.
Yeah, everybody
but
wants it to stop.
Well,
but
I'll tell you why. In my head, we have a cop culture in the United States. You put somebody up in a uniform, like in a police uniform. Oh, he's a hero. He's a this. He's a that, and everything is about that cop, right? Like he's our dad. You know what I mean? Like he's the all giving dad. And so everybody thinks here in the United States that because of our laws, that the cops could somehow or another control that shit
But it's the same people that want to defund the police, that want to take
to a point.
that want to.
You still have
I
you
won't
have
say
things
take
going.
guns,
It's
but-
like arguing with your parents while you're living with them. You understand that, right? You understand what type of dichotomy that is? That you're arguing with your parents and you're calling them shit and you're this and you're that and you don't love me and so forth and so on and blah 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 blah. And then your parents tell you go to your room, right? As you're pitching a fit. So you're depending on your parents for everything at the same time as you're berating them. So this happens in people. There's a lot of hypocrisy. That's what you're trying to point out, right? That they're a hypocrite for doing it. Yeah,
yeah.
they do it on both sides.
But it's not, because honestly, like one of the people I saw bitching on X was Kurt Warner. Now, Kurt Warner's a retired NFL quarterback. Christian, he seems to be somewhat conservative,
Right.
this, that, and other. Well, he was actually on there bitching about gun control, that something needs to happen.
'Cause he thinks-
more laws, and I'm thinking it's not just their side that say that.
Right.
No,
right,
it's
but
not.
understand, and I'm asking if you agree with this or not. Do you think that they think that the police could do something about it if they had a law in place for it? Their little special law, a law that they haven't heard of yet. You
I
understand
think
what
they
I'm saying, right?
think that. I think they
That's what I'm talking
believe
about.
it.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. That exactly what he just said.
But in what, I don't know. I just don't know what utopia they
'cause-
think we're living in, where everybody's going to
Right.
follow that new law.
'Cause,
They're
like-
not following
Exactly.
it to begin with when they're at a
Right.
fucking parade shooting it up.
There's
You know
a
what I
shit
mean?
ton
So
of laws
it-
on the book already.
Yeah, and it's like,
on the
what
books
do these
already.
people
I know.
not understand? And I'm not talking about you. I just mean, what are they not understanding? Even somebody like Kurt Warner, who, like I said, he's not a hardcore left-leaning liberal,
Right.
And it's like, but he still comes out and talks that shit when a shooting happens. And I know it's a knee-jerk reaction by everybody because you're seeing kids getting shot and this, that, and other, and it sucks. It's nothing fun to watch.
Right.
But there's no sensible answer that I've heard when I asked that question on, like, how is that going to prevent this?
I don't
You
know. I can only tell you what my thought process on where it comes from.
Yeah.
That that we have law and order here, and we're always pumped that we have the number one country, and that we always have the best society. We have all of this freedom, and that if you step anywhere outside of the United States, that is
Yeah.
a fucking is everything else is a communist regime that's run by a dictator, and
Right.
it's like it's fire and hell.
Yeah.
Anywhere outside the United States, but if you live right here, it's fucking Mayberry.
Well,
right?
and
so they think they build on that. Like, all right, the police can control all of this.
Yeah.
All we need to do is just pass a few more laws and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And the reality is, no, buddy.
No.
It's indoctrination. I believe it.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
just odd when you start
years
seeing,
of hearing it.
like I
you
said,
know?
people that you would think are on, quote unquote, the other side now.
Right.
They get so frustrated with what goes on with these shootings that they even come out and start to say, well,
Right.
maybe we
Right.
need to do this and Congress needs to act. And it's like, do what?
What's it going to
What
do?
are we gonna
Right.
do?
Yeah,
Listen to this.
what is it going to do?
Listen to this, because before I went out of the country, I was very angry. I was upset with the United States. It failed me. The whole system failed me. It's not a secret, but I'm not here to profess of how terrible this country is. It's kind of like a buffet. We all go to a buffet, Chinese buffet, right? And he's going to get a plate. All our plates going to be different, and then I might not eat anything that's on Brother Brad's plate. And I might eat half of what's on his plate or all of yours, right? And the other way around. But you might think that Justin's plate is fucking terrible. And that's kind of how it goes, to where a lot of people think that, I'm American through and through, and whatever the fuck they say is what I do. And it's not like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I went to another country and I saw how fair things could be, I saw that I was actually like I was a person. I wasn't just an American. You know what I mean? I wasn't just like here. Here, I'm a minority, right? A minor to what? Because we're all supposed to be equal. Every man is created equal. However, I'm here and I'm a minority compared to what? So when I went to down to South America, I was same color as the police. Right. And so they looked at me one time and kept on walking. And look, here, this way it gets interesting. No matter if the cop was black, white, or Creole, when they saw me, they would hit me with that, right? And they'd look away for a second, and they'd look right back at me again.
You're a sketchy character.
I might be. But at the same time, when I went down to South America, they looked at me one time, and then they looked away and never looked back at me again. And that's when I caught my first glimmer of what I knew what my self-worth was. There's a lot of people living in this country right now that feel like this shit because we're so oppressed. And I'm not just talking about just in skin color. I'm talking about it on every facet. The money that you have in your pocket right now is going to get you a cheap, fucked up dinner. It's going to give you a lot of acid reflux and heartburn, and you're not going to sleep half the night. Whereas same money, you go to another country, you can eat very, very fucking well and sleep very well that night. And that's when you start to notice the change. You have to be, for the most part, what I'm professing is global instead of just being right here, so that you can get a good scope of what's going on here.
I saw, speaking of that, I've seen everybody, they're giving Tucker Carlson flack for going over there and interviewing Putin because it painted him in a decent light. Because we're all taught in this country that, Russia is the enemy.
Shit, right.
Yeah, and it may be. I don't know. I'm not here to take up for Putin, but if you listen to him and you just, you listen to what he was saying and all in the conversation, it was like, he sounded like a decent fucking dude. He sounded like he had it more together than what we do here. Yeah. Now, some people were saying step outside of where you were, talking to Tucker, that you will see a different Russia. But he went to the grocery store and was shopping. It looked like a normal fucking Walmart. It just looked like a great place to be.
He touched a sensitive fucking topic, boy, because...
Well, he did, because, they had a lot of people coming after him.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. We didn't talk about this beforehand. I was having my conversation just now, and then you're adding what you're adding, and it's the same fucking thing. You notice that, Brother Brad?
You reminded me of it, because like you said, when you step outside of this motherfucker sometimes...
But that's
it's
exactly
not always
what I'm saying.
What you think it is around the world.
I'm saying the exact same thing as what you're saying.
Yeah, I've just never been to experience it, so I can just go. I'm just gonna pack up and go out the country.
Hell yeah!
You could go out. You could go out. Go out with me. Yeah, we can go.
It ain't that simple.
Yes. Yeah,
I got a podcast to do. I can't just leave the country.
Did they ever announce what the major national security threat was? I was hearing space nukes or something like that.
Space nukes, man.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they were talking. They worried about nukes with the satellites.
Oh yeah, taking out the fucking
satellites.
Yeah. That would be fucking horrendous.
Can you imagine?
They knocked out all the. Just basically, it'd be like knocking out the power grid.
I'd be so fucking bored.
People would go fucking nuts.
Yeah, they would go nuts.
They
would.
Oh, it would be total chaos. It would just be total chaos.
That's why we need our mom and pops back. That's why we need to
Absolutely.
learn how
Well,
to
it's true because
vegetables.
we're so dependent on what they're talking about knocking out. But it's just where we are now.
Walmart works off of whatever you go in there. You're anonymous when you go in there. You're not anybody as a customer when you go in Walmart. You're just you. You're just a person, right? Random person, and you go in and you get what you got to get and you leave. Whereas if you went to a mom and pop's place, they know who you are, right? And then on top of that, they can get probably better produce and things like that from local growers, and it's more of a local thing, whereas Walmart is more of like a cloud-based type shit. And if you knock out one of those fucking satellites, Walmart ain't gonna be shit. That last shipment that goes in there, look at me. That last shipment that goes in there is gonna be it.
Well, I would think the banks would be fucked. Everything.
Oh, I think in today's day, I think everybody's fucked. Yeah. Mom and pops, all the way to your larger, to your power companies, to all everything is going to be fucked.
Wait, what do you mean, mom and pops?
Well, because of
they're gone. We don't have mom and pops anymore.
But the ones that are around,
there's still mom and pops.
And even a lot
I
of them.
consider myself mom and pop. I consider your business mom and pop. You know, I really do. And it's like if we had that calamity that went on,
Brett,
what?
Percentage-wise, we were all 100% mom and pops.
And the most I know what you're saying.
I mean,
a lot of
when
us,
you're going back 100 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
this
I mean,
whole country was built 100 years ago.
Yeah, but
I
you
think
look,
they'd still be fucked.
seriously, but you look at it like that.
No, explain
You
it.
look at like a mom and pop. I'm talking 100 years ago. Population was what, a half of what we have today.
So what?
So you're talking. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going into a fucking 10-4. And I apologize, but we have to get our mom and pops back in order.
It's not going to happen.
But how does
that attitude right there is not the attitude I have.
But I'm with Brad. I think we're too far down.
I see in my industry what the fuck is going on, and it was nothing around here but mom and pops for years. Now what's happened is these companies are coming in and buying. I'm not talking just local companies are buying companies like myself. It's national companies are coming in and buying.
Right.
Why? Because they're coming in and saying, hey, Brad, I'll give you $5 million for your company. Well, guess what? To the mom and pop, that's a lot of fucking coin.
Like every gas station that we have here right now.
Well,
You know?
true. And another part of it is we've touched about it on it before a few episodes ago that most people, if given the option, you know, they can't afford to shop at mom and pops as much as they can at these big name, you know, because I don't know what the percentage
it's
is,
a
but I would
double-edged
think
sword, Booge, all the way around.
I would
Dude,
think
it really
over
is.
half the country's
not.
living paycheck to paycheck. So
Yeah.
when you're like that, who the fuck wants to go spend
right.
$20 more on an
And
item?
I'll break it down. Go ahead.
How does mom and pop shops protect us from space nukes?
Because we can still do business.
I'm saying
with
they
them.
don't rely on the same
They don't rely on that
system
fucking
that
satellite and what's going on over here.
Yeah,
what's
but I
going
mean,
over
you
there.
look
They
at
do if your
today
money's
in
in
the
the bank,
economic
no?
in the
Well, that's
economic
true. You
world
got that
today,
cash.
probably 90% of your transactions today, maybe not 90, I don't know the true percentage. It's all digital.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of
Even at
cash.
mom and pops.
I'd
Even
assume
at
a
mom,
good
look at
90.
me. I'm telling you, my business has went in the last 3 years from, maybe 50-50 between checks, cash, and credit cards to now. Oh, dude, I'm over 80% credit cards.
I understand that. No, this is what I'm talking about. And of course, if the grid goes out, you're not gonna have a fucking job anyway.
Well, yeah, I
Except
guess,
for the people that
we're
have-
all fucked anyway.
Except for the people that have
exactly.
generators. But I'm talking on a whole part of having building materials and things that are not reliant upon the grid for us to get. We don't have any barter going on anymore. We don't have any, I got this many chickens and this much fucking wood, and you have this many bricks and this much topsoil and fish or whatever it is.
Yeah, well,
now it's
that
all,
day's gone,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
everybody's waking up in the morning time and they fucking putting on their little
Right.
Lululemon pants and fucking going to
That's
Starbucks.
right.
And it's a terrible fucking
Hey,
mess.
grid or not, I'm not working for a fucking cow. All right?
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Yes,
You get
will.
hungry enough,
I'm
brother.
going hunting.
You're going
You're going
hunting.
hunting.
Yep.
With what?
I'm with you, dog.
What you mean?
What the fuck was going on with the house explosion that happened, man?
What?
Did you see that? That other one that fucking just. Well, look at the police. I'm gonna show y'all
No, I
the police
didn't.
fucking action that came from this shit, and they're trying to say it was just from a fucking house.
Where is this at?
This was in Virginia.
Damn.
The house exploded, and when you see the fucking just the response to this, there's no way that's all it was about, man. And I'll show y'all. Let's pull it up here for the people that. I mean, look at the cops now. When you watch the line of police all the
Expand
way
it.
down that fucking highway,
Make that big.
I mean, look at that. Look at the
Yeah.
fucking.
There's more to it.
Motherfucker.
And people are saying it reminds them of that shit that went on in Miami.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
That's
mean?
what I
Right.
was about to say.
Yeah.
It looks just like the shit at the mall.
Well,
But I'm thinking, like, what kind of explosion at a house? They said it was a gas leak.
No.
What the
Come
fuck requires that kind of
that's
response?
our nation's capital.
Well, but people are wanting to know what's really going on.
Virginia,
you know what I mean? Yeah. It
Virginia.
was-
I mean, a lot of people say Washington D.C. Washington D.C. is just one little dot.
right.
That's
Right.
on side of Virginia. Virginia is our capital of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you have. You have a whole national. What'd you call it? You call it a national response, right?
Well, apparently.
Yeah, that's the United States strength national response is going on. And what they wasn't showing you was that was the aerial view. So that was a what? That was a helicopter that was flying through.
Drone.
Drone.
I don't even tell them,
Okay, but they also probably had some
Yeah.
MiGs. Or we don't do MiGs. We do the F.
What about the streaker at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He,
We had one?
Yeah, I heard about that.
He
Yeah.
went and made a bet that there would be a streaker at the Super Bowl, and then he went streaking at the Super Bowl. He won like $335,000. He made a $50,000 bet that there'd be a streaker, and then he went streaking.
I wonder, is Vegas fighting that because he was the streaker?
I don't know.
He's going to be
I
fighting
don't
for his
see
life.
how they could. I mean, there was a streaker, and he placed a valid bet.
You would feel comfortable doing that?
And he wasn't even
I would
fully
not,
naked,
but-
was he? That was the one running around
No,
in
no, I'm not-
jeans. It shouldn't
Yeah.
even count. You're not a streaker.
not
if
talking
you got
about-
pants on.
Right.
I'm not talking about the streaking part. I'm talking about the going on and making a wager, and then you control the odds on it. And
fucking
then they
over
pay you
Vegas?
out.
I'd probably
Yeah.
try it, not with $50,000, but I'd give it a go.
Yeah, you'd
You
give
would
a
get on the
visit.
bad side.
With like $40, they wouldn't be too mad at me.
Yeah, to the mob game. Fuck all that. No, I seen him running, and I'm thinking that's not a streaker. That's a dude that took his shirt off and ran on the field. That don't count. Get naked, let it flop around, man. That's
Well, he wasn't a professional streaker.
No,
he was
not.
just a bettor.
he don't deserve shit. Asshole.
It was like $340,000. He wound up winning off that. So
That boy.
and a night in jail.
yeah.
Fuck, I traded off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does anybody know what Steve Buscemi did before he was famous?
Steve Buscemi, you got to remind me who that is.
I don't even know who that is.
Is that the dude with the eyes?
Yeah,
that
the crazy
bulge?
eye- yeah.
He
Yeah.
was in the Waterboy, and wasn't he in the Waterboy?
Oh yeah. Okay, I know. Yep.
He was a firefighter before he became himself.
That's the black guy that was in the Green Mile or something like that.
Not even close.
Way up.
Wasn't there a crazy looking black dude in that too?
The Green
In-
Mile. That
in
was
Green Mile?
that was a big old. You talking about the big one?
Yeah, did
The
he
main-
not have crazy eyes?
He's thinking about Zeus from Friday.
Fucking Debo.
Yeah, Debo. I called him Zeus. He was Zeus, and he played at No Holds
Tiny
Barred.
Zeus
Yeah.
Listeners was
Yeah,
his name.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's passed.
Yeah, he did, too.
But he
Yeah.
did. No, man, he's the googly-eyed. He's a white dude. He plays in all the Adam Sandler fucking.
Him and Adam Sandler are real cool.
Yeah.
The one that looks like an Indian,
Nah, let's pull him up.
long hair.
We're gonna help you out.
Please do, because I don't know who the fuck.
What's his?
Steve Buscemi, Buscemi.
Well, hold on, I can't even spell Steve right now. So
Oh.
Steve something Buscemi there.
It's in that coffee, dude.
Ha. You don't know this dude?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah,
what the?
he played in The
somebody fucked up his,
Sopranos, dude.
look, somebody fucked up his picture.
I know. Even worse than he really
Assholes.
is.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he played in the Sopranos.
Oh yeah, that he
did.
Yeah, Tony
Okay.
killed his ass.
Christopher Walken used to be a lion tamer.
Damn.
I'm not doing that. That's not me.
You talking about somebody? Lights afflicted and shit. A
Danny-
lion tamer, eh?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Danny DeVito was a hairdresser for corpses,
Oh, like a
Did you know that?
mortician. Like a,
Yeah.
like a mortician.
but did the hair?
Just a hair, huh?
I don't know, man. That's pretty wicked, though.
I don't know
Dude,
if I could
that's
do
not
that.
a normal. I looked up. I tried to look up normal people.
Yeah.
I mean, or normal jobs, I should say. That's
Mortician
beyond
is not
normal.
one of them. Can you imagine doing that for a living? God.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Look, I
Dude.
mean,
gotta
nobody's
be
going to
done.
bitch or complain.
Well, yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't like my hair.
It's like living next to a cemetery. You got great neighbors. You
Well,
know?
Yeah.
like I said, somebody's got to do it, but
Yeah.
that ain't me. I
Nah.
I can't play with the dead bodies. Not happening.
I
Harrison
could play
Ford.
with the dead bodies.
Yeah,
I could do it.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford,
Carpenter.
he
was a carpenter.
he knew.
Well, before that though, he was a
What?
he used to fly in space and fight the fucking. Didn't he? What? With the Wookiee?
Yeah, that's
That was
Chewbacca,
his-
right?
Yeah, that was his real job before
right.
he got into Hollywood.
Fuck me. Don't.
That was a more exciting job than a carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Jesus was a carpenter, so I guess.
Yes.
The trunk Asian
Jesus
off of the
still is a
Hangover.
carpenter.
Jesus, yeah, that-
What?
The Asian dude in the trunk on the Hangover, he was a doctor. Or
he
something.
still is.
He
yeah.
is a
He's still a
fucking doctor.
doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's those kind that they go into a profession, but then
They
that
don't like
profession
it.
is not enough. They got some fucking people like that.
Sure.
They had a dude who you have to look this up and fact check me like a motherfucker too. This guy was whatever in school, and then he went off to be either a Green Beret or a what's the badass military guy?
Rangers,
Navy
SEAls.
Navy SEAL. And then after he got out of Navy SEAL, he did something else to prove something else and did something else. This motherfucker's an awesome,
Well,
bad
that's
motherfucker.
so fucking vague, though. Who we talking about?
I don't know. I was pulling up famous people, but y'all started talking about that. We got to find out who this fucking dude is. But look,
I don't
for
know
you
what
to go through high school and go in and become
Navy
badass
SEAL.
Navy SEAL and do all of the shit and then get out. And then he still went on to be either a doctor or something else he did and something else he did. This fucking dude is he's the real fucking deal. I don't know what his name is though.
I mean, is he famous or you just
He's
heard
not.
his story?
No, just heard his
White
story.
guy, black guy?
He's a white dude.
No, but I did see a black guy that had like
He was an Army Ranger,
it was like a
Navy
meme that was going, the
SEAL.
dude had so much shit that he'd done in his life, and I was
Yeah.
like, good God almighty, do I feel like a fucking loser.
Right, exactly. I forget his name, man.
Yeah, I do too,
Yeah.
but I remember seeing that.
But you feel good about it for a second, then you go, hold up.
Yeah, like, damn, what am I doing?
Right.
man? Fuck.
I got a half a pot of coffee from two days ago, sitting over there by the sink, and then here this fucking dude is, he's out there doing push-ups. Good morning, y'all. Doing push-ups with his children on his back. Daddy. J.K. Rowling. I imagine that's a woman, right?
Yep.
Bro.
Isn't that the Harry Potter chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a researcher and a bilingual secretary.
Yeah. I
Which
know
is-
them liberals, they constantly coming after her because she's always on Twitter, like basically bashing this trans shit with these children, and they don't
Right.
like that.
No.
They don't know what to do because they're Harry Potter fans,
Right,
But yet
exact-
she's not falling in line.
Oh, you're right.
So they're conflicted. With
I was seeing
I
I was seeing where the
Yeah.
caveat was in there.
Yeah.
So you sitting there trying to run around fantasizing at your Harry Potter.
Yeah.
At the same time, you got to attack the motherfucker that
Right.
made all of that possible. Oh yeah.
But they're so addicted to that Harry Potter shit that they just kind of like, well, fuck it. I guess they just keep buying the books or whatever. But they fucking hate when she comes out and tries to defend these children,
Gwen Stefani, she worked at Dairy Queen and she did makeup at a makeup counter at a department store.
Okay. Well, that's our celebrity gossip for the day.
Yeah.
Let's move on to other news.
I brought it.
I know you did.
Do y'all know about the Hoff?
I haven't heard about
I
that.
know who he is.
Yeah, I
Fucking
know
Knight
who he
Rider,
is.
baby.
All right. This dude, listen to this motherfucker. You talk about somebody that killed it, then turned around and killed it. He did Knight Rider. What he did first? It was Knight Rider first.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, yeah.
He did Knight Rider first, and then he was like, you know what? I want to do a show that's just got nothing but titties all around me 24/7. And he went and did Baywatch. And I'm talking about he had the best of the best all around him all the
That was
time.
a hell of a cast.
And
Sure.
if you ever watched which I did, I almost fucking blew my shoulder out of socket by watching it a lot.
I just caught that.
I'll take the fifth
I
on
just
that one,
caught
dude.
it.
He called her right away.
I zoned out a second because I was
Because you're thinking about Pamela Anderson, you
no,
motherfucker.
I was thinking about
He
beverage,
did
actually.
he did scenes with all of them, all of the girls. He had like love scenes with every fucking last one of them.
Right.
And then the ones that it wasn't appropriate to do, it was because he was dreaming and he fantasized about it.
Well, what was he, like a writer on it that
Right.
wrote himself into all?
Pretty
I mean,
sure,
how did
yeah.
he? Or he just had that much pull, huh?
No, the Hoff.
Look, write me in on every fucking love scene.
I think it was his show. It was kind of like William
Yeah.
Shatner was with
Star Trek.
yeah. I think he just did his own thing, like
Probably.
to the fullest, and he couldn't tell. That's why William Shatner was overacting all the time. So you mean to tell me that we're gonna have and all of that because nobody could stop him. He was uncontrollable.
Well, he was the show, I guess.
So the Hoff did those two, and then this motherfucker decides, you know what? I'm gonna go over there to Europe, Germany, and see what's going on over there. And he fucking killed it. This dude went all the way to #1 with music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever
Really?
heard of any of David Hasselhoff's music?
No.
Well, if you go to Germany, they
I
know
heard
it
he's
more than they've seen him.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge over there. Yeah.
Bad motherfucker.
And can't sell an album over here. So
And they don't care.
no, I wouldn't.
I watched
either.
one of his fucking videos. This fucking dude, like they like singing, and he's like flying through the clouds, doing like this, but it's cheese. It's like it's so
What,
cheesy.
have you heard? Like, can he really sing though? Because I've never
Fuck
heard.
no, that dude
Okay,
can't
so it's kind
fucking
of like, have
sing.
you heard Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Oh my God, people are always like, who the fuck told this boy he could sing?
I want to
He
shoot.
is
I seen that
horrible.
fucking shit yesterday.
He's fucking horrible.
He was doing it was a mic. It was
Well,
a-
he tries to mimic Michael Jackson with everything he does.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a Saturday Night Live skit, but
Right.
he's with it. He's hardcore with
is he
it.
doing it
Oh,
again
yeah.
now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
he's still got his band.
he's
and
got his band
He's
and-
touring with
Yeah.
these, I guess, casinos and shit. I don't know what he's doing, but and I'm like, look, I guess he's living his best life. That boy's been through some shit because he was one of them child stars that were getting a booty touched by these dirty fucks in Hollywood.
Haim
Right.
and Feldman was.
So yeah, so it's like do what you want, but it's just to get up there and then you say you watch that show back of yourself to think, I'm
know-
gonna continue doing this shit. You know,
You know who did it, huh?
what?
It was Charlie Sheen.
Touched him?
Yeah.
No.
what they saying.
It wasn't Feldman. It was Haim.
Corey Haim.
Yeah. It was all on the set of it was the Lost Boys or whatever. It was one. I mean, all of. So it was Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes. Lost Boys was the shit. Dude.
Well, it was Ralph Macchio, Kiefer Sutherland. That's all one group of kids.
Yeah.
And if I had it in front of me, Lord have mercy, I had no one was talking about this. I would have the whole roster for you. So all of that inside Hollywood shit and Kiefer Sutherland and having 24 and all of that shit, but that motherfucker's got some dirt on his hands.
A lot of them do, man.
And they say he was a
It's
fucking
shame.
asshole. Like on the movie, he was an asshole. He was an asshole like that in real life. But the story is that Haim. This is what I think to be true. Because
Just
now,
one second. Can you text the bartender and tell her to please bring me a drink? Go ahead.
Haim and Feldman were walking through, and Charlie Sheen solicited him and told him, was like, no, come on, man. Like, all of these guys do it because Charlie Sheen wanted to screw him. And then after Charlie Sheen got in that boy's head and screwed him, he ghosted him.
I can't believe it, though. Because Charlie Sheen was probably knocking out some of the baddest women around, you know?
I'm going to
And
tell you
a bunch
again.
of cocaine.
Oh, yeah, just hyped up on
This
coke.
is
and-
this
just
is
never
back
know.
into the Lost Boys days and all of that shit. Charlie Sheen fucked that boy. It came out so bad to the point that they let it out that he had HIV.
Who?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
He does. He does.
Yeah, so
I
that
forgot.
was
You're right.
I guess that was his way out, was that we could feel sorry for him.
Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I never heard that from any kind of.
No?
No.
Oh, I got to give you the scoop on all of that shit. That's why I'm so skeptical. That's why I was talking about the Zoolander dude. Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
But then again, I forgot that Ben Stiller and his dad was in. They're both like up in rank, so I don't. He might have gotten around it, but those little fresh and up and comings, yeah, they pull him to the side. I just noticed that Ben Stiller was able to get a whole bunch of fucking work, and I was like, you motherfucker, what
That
do you
was
know?
through his daddy, Jerry.
Yeah, his daddy's been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
But, you know, because I thought they would more prey on them women, you know, the young girls, especially back in the day with this Harvey Weinstein or Stein.
Yeah.
That's one
people
part
like
of it.
that, because you know that goes on constantly.
No, but the pedophilia was dealing
Well,
with
and
them.
and I
was
believe
dealing
that's a
with
big
them,
part. Yeah.
Was dealing with them screwing the young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Which
because
is-
I know, like you said, both of them Corys, man, they, you know.
I watched the Corey and Corey thing, and they
Yeah.
started talking about it. Yeah, and then I went back and I started to do a little bit of research and things like that. And yeah.
And they blow that Feldman off like he's just a nut when he tries to
Right.
come out and tell his story, because he does. He's got some crazy ways with him, so it makes you just kind of disregard everything he's saying, you know, because he was trying to go
Hollywood-
super public with that shit, you know.
Hollywood has a way of making you go crazy. You know Dave
Oh,
Chappelle's
yeah.
Oh,
story.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else they did that to? They did that to
I wouldn't doubt it. Macaulay Culkin was one of them, you know.
Macaulay, yeah, he kind of got out of it, you know.
Yeah.
He's
he got all the way out.
yeah.
He was a child. He got all the way out. And that kid was there was nobody more famous. He was Bart Simpson famous. Everybody fucking knew Macaulay Culkin. He had it in the bag for a while. And then next thing you know, whoop. I know, we're talking about
No. I was. It's a shame because, you know, the more you start reading up on all that, the more you see what that shit was going on, man. And they fucked up a lot of kids' lives, man. And a lot
Oh,
of them,
yeah.
not saying the parents knew, but a lot of the parents just really don't. They don't give a fuck enough to look into it and make sure there's nothing going on, because they're so hell bent on their child being a fucking
Being
star,
successful,
you know,
right.
because they want to live through their kid.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't let mine around, you know.
And then they take the kids' money. And,
Oh yeah. Well, that's why they had to
what
set
happened.
that law. You know, that's exactly why. Because now you got to put up so much of it. You know.
But here's another part of it too. The narrative that they caused us to go with all of that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, then it became known in Hollywood to fuck people over. And then they started producing films that was kind of swayed toward that.
What you mean?
Like okay, so Hollywood's going to be the narrative now. It's going to be a new thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So instead of them producing good quality content, started to get Hollyweird.
Right.
And like starting to like edge stuff in. You know, ridiculous fucking Botox and shit to a woman's face. Because, you know, plastic surgery used to be that you got it so that you didn't look like you had plastic surgery.
Right.
And then they started to
Make
wait
it to where it's
wait,
very
look like-
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the more obvious it looked, the more that was a status, and it was maiming fucking women's faces and shit. And then, you know, oh, Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know.
weird.
Like I said, some of it seems far fetched, but then at the same time, when you think about it, it's like it's hard to put anything past them because of the shit they've been caught doing.
We'll go on that. We'll go on that. I don't think it's more like a rabbit hole as it is.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's just a surface scrape.
Yeah.
Like it's just a. I'm gonna go on and show you what's going on. Like like kind of peel the sheets back a little bit and kind of show you what's going on. Charlie Sheen is guilty as a motherfucker. That motherfucker's fucking guilty.
Besides the kid touching, I wanted to party with Charlie Sheen.
I know
he
because
sound
you seen him in blackface.
that wasn't him. That was the one in blackface. Was,
Oh, never mind, my hero. Fuck, man, how can I fuck that
Robert
up?
Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Maybe
Robert
that's the
Downey.
one I'm thinking because
Never
he
mind.
was a huge partier too.
Oh,
Never
big
mind.
time.
Yeah, he
that
was.
might be who I'm thinking about. I know.
Oh,
one
I
of
don't
them
know.
dudes.
Yeah, don't tarnish his fucking reputation
No,
in front of me.
no.
I'll fight. I'll fight. I'll flip this. I'll throw this notebook on the floor.
Yeah, he's a cool one because I know he's had his legal troubles and
Hell yeah.
he made a
I
comeback.
love that fucking dude though.
Less Than Zero.
I watched all of his movies.
Great movie.
But he was doing a little bit. There was a genre that was going on then with Brat Pack. You know about Brat Pack, right?
Yeah, I know the Brat
Yeah.
Pack, man.
You watched all of the movies.
Damn, fucking right. Why not?
Name two.
Pretty in Pink.
That's
the one,
easy.
The one where they were in school and the fucking
Breakfast Club.
And that's
No,
what
it's
somebody
called the
said.
one. No, it's called the one where they were in school.
And then somebody said they didn't
Judd
eat
Nelson.
they didn't eat an ounce of breakfast in that motherfucker.
Yeah. 16 Candles.
16 candles.
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
that
shit.
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
Was that
yeah.
the one with what was the one with the dude, the character Ducky or whatever? That
Chinese?
Was,
Vietnam?
no, the one that the
Oh,
white
oh,
kid.
oh.
She worked at a record store.
He was
Was that 16 Candles or was that?
yeah, but he worked with Charlie Sheen on that 2.5 Men.
Yeah,
he was done. Yeah.
That's him. But what movie was that? I forget. It had Molly Ringwald in it.
The Molly Ringwald movie. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because she was in all of them
My
back
bad.
then.
Yeah.
Haim and Feldman were honorary Brat Pack members, I think. And then also,
Got me wanting to
You
watch
had
the
the,
Lost Boys, man.
fuck, The Lost Boys was one of
That
the
was shit, dude. You seen it? The vampire movie with
The
them?
Lost
Kiefer
Boys,
Sutherland?
I mean, years ago.
Oh,
bad motherfucker,
That's
dude.
a bad motherfucker, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I've
It's-
seen it recently, like in the last year or so.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's still like I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's a bad bitch. Name another Brat Pack one. Let's get it going. I love that. License to Drive.
Bro, I must have watched that 150 times. Oh my god, dude.
when he was talking to the jet. Yeah, man. Man, look. I don't know. I'm pulling it out.
Dream a Little Dream. I don't know if you remember that one with the chorus.
That was the felt.
That was fucking yeah. That's the kind of shit I'd watch over and fucking over. But that License to Drive takes the cake though, man. Because I'll watch it to this day when I see it come on.
Brat Pack. Let me see. What's the one with Kelly LeBrock? Weird Science.
Weird Science.
Weird Science, yeah.
With Wyatt and Gary. I don't know their real names.
Boy, they made a lot of good movies back then, man.
Man,
I mean, really, they did.
that
compared to
one
the shit
Hollywood
they putting
fucking
out now.
producer. That one Hollywood producer. He put out such fucking good shit.
Now, what
man.
did he have with young fucking people? Because that's all he wanted to do.
Fucking say nothing.
Don't say
I'll throw this pen.
That's
all
he
over
was
there.
like just fucking
Don't give a fuck.
mesmerized by these teens.
Well,
and shit,
he
you
did
know?
that Brendan Fraser movie. When he was in college, it was a racist movie where they were against the Jews, and he was a football quarterback for that college.
I don't know. I don't recall
yeah.
that one. If it was, I don't recall it.
You don't know about it? School
Only
Ties.
Brendan
School
Fraser.
Ties.
I know the movie, but I've never really watched it.
Yeah.
The only Brendan Fraser movie I
Now,
know was
hold up.
Pauly Shore. Biodome, wasn't he in Biodome?
No, it was Encino Man.
Encino Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy.
He's a
No,
clown.
we said the Jews. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
School Ties. Funny you bring that up. School Ties had a fight scene. I see it. I'll get it if I need it. I don't need it though. I'm good. School Ties had a fight scene in it. Guess where it took place at? It was Brendan Fraser and a bunch of other dudes. And guess where the fight took place at?
I don't know. Tell me.
In the shower.
Of course it did.
Nice.
Of course it did, because some dirty ass director was like, you know what? Let's have these guys fighting in the shower, and you know,
Hey, wait a boys
look,
here.
It's just for the movie, you know.
Put this baby oil on.
Yeah. Sometimes I sit around and think about some of the shit that they put in movies like that, like to even think to write that into a script and then just kind of blow it off as art. You know,
Yeah.
Think of the
it's
shit
like
that
you
didn't-
had to think of that. I don't give a
Right.
fuck what you
Yeah.
say.
You're right.
You know, you had to sit around and say, "Let's do a fight shower scene with naked teens."
I swear
you
to
know?
God. So you're gonna watch School Ties. You have to.
Well, I don't want to now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel dirty.
Dude, it's
Right.
one of these cool ass fucking 80s movies. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. But they did. I just wanted to point it out that they did have that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Well, I'm gonna go straight to that part. I
Well-
want to know when does it start?
Well, get your baby off.
I saw a movie the other day and Jennifer Lawrence had her titties out, so that was
Which one was that?
it was she was dating some kid for his parents, like paid her.
yeah. Fuck, what was that? That was one of them 2000s movies, like, and that, you know, because we were talking about 80s, and I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
That was one of those. Fuck, what was
It was
the
like
name of it, man?
2022 or something like that. It came out.
Oh, goddamn, that new?
I think so. Yeah.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence is now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's what I'm thinking.
Jennifer
of.
Love
She was,
Hewitt.
You are, you
she was in it. Yeah.
I'm gonna out you. I'm and Alyssa Milano too. I'm gonna fucking out you, but don't say nothing. I'll out your ass right here.
You could tell him about the threesome I had with him. I don't
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'm not ashamed
You're not
of that.
bashful, huh?
We were all of age. I mean, I don't care.
Fucking dude.
What was the movie called?
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't seen too many of the Jennifer Lawrence movies, but I know you're talking about. Now. I was
didn't either, but it
mistaken
was
her with
newer.
the
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
Hewitt chick.
Silver Lining.
No,
She was
Hunger
in her.
Games chick.
That wasn't- Yeah, that was her.
I don't know.
And Bradley Cooper.
Y'all
No.
talking about newer shit. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the new shit coming out.
Anyway, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Another
yeah,
another
classic.
good one. Yeah, classic.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
No
Name
hard
another.
feelings. No hard feelings is what it was.
Yeah, I don't.
There's no hard feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Name another one. Come on, somebody. Brat Pack.
Joe Dirt.
No, but fucking good. That's good fucking TV right there.
Well, he used to. You probably the Brat Pack. You don't really.
Yeah.
you-
No,
Nah.
we fucking mowing him over.
But
doing
you can
this one.
still like. They still got to come on TV.
I tell you what, though, no, because when it comes to vintage movies and shit like that,
Yeah.
Do you know that there's YouTube videos now of people sitting down and listening to songs for the first time?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Wow. And I wonder how much of it's really real. 'Cause
It's
it'll be
real.
like it'll be like somebody listening to "Stairway to Heaven" for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
No, I don't know about that,
What
but-
rock you crawled from under?
Yeah.
man?
But there's a lot, but there's still a lot of fucking songs that people just haven't heard. Like not like
Yeah.
shit. You
Yeah, but I'm talking about like it's like super famous songs, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, where you been? Living?
I don't
Right.
believe
Come
a
on
bunch
now.
of that,
There's
but like I
20-year-old
watch the ones where they're like watching or they're listening to like Eminem fucking with Benzino.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, but I guess something
Some
like
younger
that.
people
But when
and
you
they're
start,
like, what the fuck?
I mean, you start talking about like any of those mainstream artists that have
But
been
listen
around
to
for
this, though.
decades. You know,
No.
it's the first time I've ever heard of the Rolling
No.
Stones. Like, the
no,
fuck
no,
outta
no,
here.
no. Don't do that. Don't do that because they got kids right now that can't dial a fucking phone, a landline.
Nah, I mean, you could probably put a bunch of famous songs from back then in front of me, and I've
20 years ago.
heard of them, but haven't heard them. You know
listen,
what I mean? Like,
listen,
I
listen.
guess.
There's an extreme. Okay, so all of these children that grow up during the multimedia, media,
just the-
you know the YouTube shit and everything. All when we stop listening to the radio to get our music. Okay,
Right.
those kids are how old now? How old is the internet?
Fuck. Well, I was.
How old is Napster? I should say.
Oh, Napster was back. Fuck, man. Was it 2000-ish? I mean, is it 20-something years old now?
Yeah, it's 23 years
Yeah.
ago. So think about
Gotta
it.
be.
around
So there's
there.
a
I
there's
don't-
a
Late '90s, early
Yeah, I
early
so there's
2000s. Yeah.
So how many? So you have to have a little bit leading years going to that. So let's say that Napster was a little bit ahead of a child. Let's say a child was 5 years old.
Right.
Or six, that child would be fucking 30 right now, and hadn't heard of some of these songs. You know, there's these 30 years. It wasn't that long ago. That was 1990.
I guess.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just-
93.
93. would be
Yeah,
30
maybe I
years.
just think because I know the song, I'm thinking, well, you know that one, motherfucker. You lying. You know?
That's like Shane is like the American dude that's talking to a Mexican.
Yeah,
Going,
trying to tell.
motherfucker, you know what? The fence, bitch. The fence.
That was 99 at Napster. came
Napster.
out.
Yeah.
So you add 7 years to that, to where there's a kid who's, let's say they're 7 years old, or just coming off of Barney and shit, and then they started to fucking just get all of their music from their older siblings through Napster and shit. So they wasn't They don't know about all of that older shit. And then
We were
once
using
Yeah, but
LimeWire.
the ones I see,
LimeWire,
like
Napster.
there's a particular, it's a black dude that does a lot. He does it a lot, and he's older than fucking
Could it be
20
fake?
something.
Could
and
it be
it's like,
fake?
yeah, and I'm thinking, come
Yes.
on, dude, if you 40 years old and you ain't never heard of fucking AC/DC or
But there's still a
fucking
lot of good
MC
songs.
Hammer, it's the first time you listen to fucking Can't Touch This, dude. And I'm like,
Yeah,
come on now.
No, I mean, yeah, that's of course that's fake. But talking to a generation like Justice,
Yeah.
and a lot of children like the vintage shit, the vintage where it's a vintage.
Oh, it's coming back.
and so
It is.
they'll go back and listen to a lot of the older, like the fucking song "Fast Car" with Luke Combs.
Yeah, Tracy Chapman.
You know how much
Dude, that was 80s there.
Do you know how much of that song he changed in order to sing it?
None.
Exactly.
Yeah,
If
and-
you played Tracy Chapman and his right next to one another, they are exactly
Yeah, he
the
was
same.
talking about it the other day. It's just she's got a little more, I don't know, like feeling in it,
soul,
like it
yeah.
came from a natural place. Like,
Right.
It wasn't a remake for her, you know.
Right.
What I'm saying? It hits a little different, but yeah, he did a hell of a fucking job with it for sure.
but-
But I know what you mean, yeah, because they got a lot of kids that hear that and they had no fucking clue,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, which that's how I was the first time I heard "Walk This Way" with Run DMC, and my
Right.
dad's like,
But-
that was, that white guys in that video were the ones who made that song. I'm like, you out your mind?
Right.
Like, there's no way, man. That's Run DMC all the way.
They made it at the same time. I watched the video. They was on the other side doing.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Fast
Yeah,
Car.
the beating
Like,
on the wall. Hey, be quiet in there. Yeah.
Remember that? And then we talking shit, Justin. I'm sorry, man.
It was a documentary. That whole video.
Right.
Yeah.
We're saying that it was true. The video went that Aerosmith was on one side of the wall and Run DMC was on the other side, and they were both singing simultaneously.
That solved racism right then and there.
It did.
Yeah, right there.
I think the
Broke
Junkyard
all
Dog did
barriers,
with another one, Bites the Dust. Do 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 do. You know it?
yes.
It's
I've
from
heard
Queen,
that
right?
A few times.
Yeah, which
Queen.
I think is a hugely overrated band myself. Queen.
Get the fuck out.
Trash, honestly.
Why? You know how many men that dude had to sleep with to get the way he was?
I just don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. The songs just aren't, because there's like, they consider them classic rock, and
Yeah.
they may have one or two that actually sound like rock.
That's Bohemian
Right.
Rhapsody too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that,
Yes.
I fucking hate that
And We Are the
fucking
Champions.
song. Thanks to Wayne's World,
What?
that fucking song blew up.
Hey,
You
hey,
know?
hey! You talk about the Hollywood shit.
Yeah. What, you
Yeah.
gonna start talking about Mike Myers now?
Wayne and Garth.
Dude, that was a shit too.
Oh well.
Wayne's World.
Dude,
was
I
a
go
shit.
back with movies to like Fletch.
Oh, Fletch was a fucking.
A
little bit ahead of me.
Fletch.
No, because
Animal-
it wasn't
I-
ahead of me.
Animal House.
All right.
Yeah, that was a
Let's talk
little
about
bit.
some
I was kind of young.
white
yeah.
privilege.
What,
I
to
didn't have
watch
cable.
Fletch?
Yeah, we wasn't.
I
around.
did. I had cable back when the little knob was
Yeah,
on top of the
Stripes.
TV.
Caddyshack.
Yeah,
That
see,
was
I
all ahead of me.
remember all those,
Talking
but
about
I
Chevy
was
Chase.
kind of
Chevy Chase. Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no. But
absolutely.
Fletch was my
Fletch
my
was
era.
shit, dude.
It was.
Yeah.
And then all of the vacation movies too.
Vacation.
National
Oh, yeah,
Lampoons.
dude. Yeah, National Lampoon.
You don't know about none of that.
Christmas Vacation.
That's
Cousin
fucked up.
Eddie.
No, we mowed him over. We got to
Damn.
change. We got to change the subject. We mowed him
do.
over.
Let's
we,
get
we
on some
mowed
of the
him.
new shit.
Yeah.
We mowed him.
How
All
about
right.
Sexy Red?
Oh,
You know Sexy Red? What
yeah.
the fuck is that?
It's your.
What's a Sexy Red?
Hey. Hello.
Bruh, hey, if you don't know it, you ain't missing a fucking thing. So just
Nah.
don't even go down that hole. My God. What's going on, y'all? Shane here from B.S.ing with the guys. Now, I'm going to let y'all get right back to the episode. I just wanted to take a quick second to thank y'all for checking it out. It means the world to us. Hit that like button, share the video, and don't forget to follow us so you can keep up with everything we drop. Matter of fact, leave us a little comment. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Now, let's get back to it.
Apparently, they found 2.3 billion tons of rare earth minerals in Wyoming, like
I lost that
a week ago or something like that.
What would be
yeah.
a rare earth mineral?
It's like neodymium and shit. They found up there.
Boy.
Neodymium?
Next
It's
time
the
I,
magnets,
Oh.
neodymium magnets. But apparently, it's a rare earth mineral. And
what else can you do with it besides make magnets with it?
I have no clue, but apparently, it's big news. I don't know. I guess we're gonna sell it and make money.
Guess not.
It was a big thing because China's deposit is like 300 million tons, and then we just found 2.3 billion tons of it in Wyoming. So it puts us as the world leader for that mineral. I don't know.
didn't find that shit before.
Might be a good investment.
I didn't find it before.
Brad's ready to invest.
I'm going to have to start looking this shit up, dude. See
Random,
what
yeah,
mining
definitely
company I
investments.
need.
Gotta get the investments. Gotta watch Judge Wapner.
It's
Gotta
like
watch
Rain
Judge
Man with them
Wapner.
investments.
Get the investments.
Brad's always ready.
Yeah,
So-
him and Ben Shapiro.
Can I invest in that?
I don't know if
Yeah.
like
Is there money in that? Yeah.
what
the
is this?
government, like somebody found it and like the government seized their land and was like, this is
wouldn't
ours
doubt
or
it,
what?
yeah.
I don't know, but I read the headline and 2.3 billion tons of
Wow. Have you seen where Yamaha now has come out with a hydrogen motor?
no.
Yeah. They it's at some of these boat shows I've been seeing online, and basically you ought to see these boats. They got hydrogen tanks in them, and but they just came out with the Yamahas at the 450 or whatever it is, but it runs off of hydrogen, man.
Yeah, well, they're gonna kill whoever's inventing that. 'Cause I know. Did you hear the water car story?
Yeah.
Where the dude wound up being shot or something. Now of course they try
Dude,
to
blue
say it had
fuel
nothing
is
to do with
probably going to overtake. I think, in my opinion, it's going to overtake the whole electric industry.
that. But I'm saying, you think they're gonna allow that? You know,
I don't think they have a choice because I think they're going to follow the money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that'll be the next thing they're pushing.
Yeah.
Because I know
I
they're
think that's
pushing that
what's coming.
electric shit as hard as they can, right now.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about
But they had that big debacle when all that cold weather was up north. Teslas wasn't working, all that shit. But
So what's going to be the fuck up with the blue fuel, you thinking?
I don't think there's going to be a fuck up with it. I think that is going to be the wave of the
gonna
future.
be the-
I mean, you look at your refueling time is what they said, like 7 minutes to refuel on hydrogen
the problem
versus
is-
hours of electrical
the electric shit is just so
Yeah,
fucking.
I mean, of course, it'll probably be infrastructure will be the first thing that they have to battle.
Yeah, because
but
they've had a few hydrogen cars that work, but if something goes wrong, like with your car, it catches on fire, gas burns, hydrogen explodes.
loads exactly.
So
right.
that's the biggest
No,
issue.
I think that's
that
their
they're
biggest
trying to
problem.
work out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The tanks, how do they secure the tanks from
Yeah, when
wrecks
you
and
get
all
hit
that
in the
kind of
rear
stuff,
end
right.
and your fucking hydrogen tank
Right.
explodes,
Yes.
the block
But I mean, I don't
dies.
think you get any cleaner than that because what's
No,
the byproduct of
it's
hydrogen?
water.
It's water, So
But do you think anything really has the, I don't know, like the ability to surpass coal?
fossil fuels?
Fossil
No,
fuels, you
not
think?
at all.
I say coal.
Not at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
No, I mean it's been running the world.
I'm just curious if they'll ever really come up with anything because they're trying with the electric shit, but it just ain't ready, man. And like you said, when it takes so long to charge one of these fuckers, I mean,
Right,
who's got
exactly.
time? You can't just pull over and say, "Well, let me
Right.
pump some electricity real
But
quick."
then I think just the whole what am I looking for? The word I'm looking for with electric batteries and stuff. Just when they die, and then do they recycle them, or just the environmental impact that it takes to get the lithium out of the ground?
Oh, yeah,
you know?
to get 'em.
I mean it's
Yeah.
it's
And
mind.
the-
It's
No, lithium.
stripping.
Lithium
And
is
the-
the easy one. It's the cobalt.
Cobalt,
yeah,
that's
you
the
know?
slave, man. They got them people working.
Oh,
with
yeah.
some shit. So it's like because they only got so many places, from what I understand, on the earth where you can get that.
Right.
So I mean, it's
Yeah, I think Africa is a big
it's a big one. And
deposit.
the way they
yeah.
make them people get it, it's horrible. So,
Yes, it is.
What do you mean Africa?
oh yeah,
that
he's
big-
trying to
yeah,
turn.
I know what he's trying to do.
What is it? The country of Africa?
It's the
Is that
country,
what-
Africa, right? Right.
Got him.
I got you. Yeah,
part of
that
Africa?
big continent thing floating around.
I
Yeah.
want to see if y'all watch this video of this cop freaking out. Well, watch this guy. Now he has a suspect in the car right now.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know.
Watch this crazy motherfucker.
Oh, I'm hit! I'm hit! What? I'm hit! In the car! I was shot through the car!
Now the rest of it's just him screaming. Do you know what happened there? Fucking acorn fell on his car, and he thought the suspect was shooting at him. So this asshole unloaded on the car. Yeah, he walked by his car and some acorns fell out the tree, and he freaked the fuck out. And I'm like, this motherfucker should be in jail, really, because I don't
Absolutely.
think he killed the person, or I don't even know if he hit him in the car. But I'm like, if you're that fucking high strung out there with a
Yeah,
goddamn gun
absolutely.
on your hip, I mean, come on. And I'm pro police, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
but
I
you-
saw that and I'm thinking, what the fuck is he doing out there? How
I'ma tell you
bad of
what-
a day did he have?
He was expecting it.
Yeah, I guess it was on his mind already, but I mean,
motherfucker.
he's like, I've been hit. And it's like, about what?
He was expecting it. He was expecting. If you preload me and tell me that, like, okay, so like, Boogie Brad's got it fucking in for you.
Yeah.
And as soon as he touches a fucking water bottle, that's gonna mean he has in it. And I'm looking over there, and I'm looking at that water bottle, and I'm looking at Brad, and I'm looking at that fucking water bottle, and that's all I can fucking think about. And then the implication of that, you could actually get shot. So let's say that the water bottle was an explosive of some kind, and then that's it. My mind is going through he's human. All
Yeah,
police are
but
fucking human.
fuck.
No, but All right.
I think we ought to give him a letter of accommodation. You know, make him lieutenant. Yeah,
I couldn't
you
believe
know?
that when I saw it because for one, I'm like, I didn't hear anything, and he's like, "Shots fired!
I
Shots
didn't see
fired!"
anything either. Yeah.
Then the story comes out, it was a fucking
fucking
acorn.
acorn.
What was that?
The poor suspects back there probably got
Man,
pulled
like,
over
what the
for jaywalking.
Right.
They're like, motherfucker.
I just, how can your ears not tell the difference between
Bro,
an
I don't
acorn
know. That's
and
what
a
I
fucking
mean.
What
gun
the
shot?
fuck is going on in your life?
Human is fucking imagination.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
need a
he-
fucking job
they don't
as
need to be a
police
cop.
officer no more.
But what was all that double triple roll? Like, how was he able to perfect that fucking roll right after that?
Dude, he practices that at his house.
Oh, yeah.
when he's alone.
He was-
Watch
that
this,
motherfucker-
babe.
He
I'm gonna do
couldn't
that.
wait for somebody to really fire shots,
Yeah.
dude, and pull that bullshit.
But like, I feel like that's kind of the same thing. Like, if you're at home and fucking wake up in the middle of the night and you expect an intruder, but
Yeah.
it's your wife getting water out the
Yeah.
fridge and you shoot her in the fucking chest, like, you know.
that's about how
Man,
it
it's
is.
like-
Like,
it's
you
like-
were waiting
He
for that.
won.
miss.
He was like, you know what? Acorn hit the fucking thing. Good enough.
I love the whole. I've been hit.
I've been hit. Shots fired.
All right, look, we're gonna wrap it up, but I want to show y'all this last video and get everybody's opinion on it. It's just somebody can explain to me what's going on in it because apparently the crowd is taking it very seriously. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't even have a catch to it. I just want to know because I came across it. So let's play it, and there it is. Now, what kind of ceremony is
Jesus
this?
God.
Like, look at the audience, dude. They're taking this shit serious. Can someone explain?
Is that here in the United States?
Is this in Brazil?
Why are you going to get this dude started?
Brazil is a big country, probably.
Look, I mean, someone, Bougie, tell me, why do y'all do this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
And do you think that hot wax is burning that asshole?
That's not his biggest problem.
Are they in a fountain?
Bro, I don't know.
What the
This was the
fuck?
weirdest shit I saw, and I wish I had the story too.
I mean, look at these people. They got their phones out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Look how cool. Look, this dude's looking away like he's
Yeah,
seen
like,
it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look,
Wow.
look at this one. She can't get enough of it. Look.
Look how they just casually got their arms crossed,
Bro,
looking all over. Like, yeah.
This was the weirdest shit I seen, so I figured I'd share it. And I think we're gonna end it with a
Wow.
candle in someone's asshole. So
Yeah. Don't try it at home.
yeah, don't try this at home. That shit looks like
How
it
many
would
candles
hurt.
can you get at the dollar store?
I can't get enough of it, dude. Oh my god.
There's just no backstory.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
He said back.
We're fucked.
Nothing. I was hoping y'all had one. I thought maybe you saw some weird shit like that before, but no. So anyway,
We're fucked.
let's get the fuck out of here. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all please share, like these videos. Helps us out a
Absolutely.
lot. We appreciate it. Bougie, you got any last words?
Yeah, you're no longer in charge of the fucking last video.
No.
Oh yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. Later.
Get the fuck out of here.